Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dan United. There's Kev United, and we are... I saw you stop that spin because you realised you got your wires in.
I couldn't go fully round.
Can't go fully round. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's Friday. It's Friday, whatever you want to say about it. We had a night off last night because I wanted to spend some time with Mrs. Robinson. And do you know something? I was going to go live with the Sir Jim comments, but they made me so fucking angry. I thought, I'm not going to come on here and say something I regret. I'm going to let myself calm down about it and cool myself down about it. But I feel a lot more calmer about it. Anyway, regardless, look, how are you doing, Kev? You good?
I'm all right. Friday night. I've got a glass of wine.
Yeah, I've got a
cheeky
coffee.
Lovely.
Good. I'm feeling a bit miserable tonight because we've just gone and bought a new car for Mrs. Robinson. She can't let me have a new car on my own. She has to go and get one herself. But what can you do? That's marriage
for you. That's
marriage. Anyway, look, there's plenty to talk about tonight. We've actually got quite a packed show tonight. We have got CARRICK'S job to lose, obviously fresh off the back of Manager of the Month for 2 games. Read into that what you will. We've got the Sir Jim comments. I think we're going to have to attack that head on. I wanted to give myself time to think about that. I have done, and I've got a few bits and pieces to write down about that. We've also got some transfer news. United seem to be looking already into bringing in players, and you know something? Some of the ones that we're linked with, I'm quite happy with because they are the epitome of squad players, and I think that is exactly what we need to be doing going into next season. So we'll talk about that. But look, let's first hit it head on with CARRICK'S job to lose. Now, last night the news come out that Thomas Tuchel has signed an extension with England. Now, do you know something? First and foremost, straight off the bat, that means absolutely fuck all, because if we go out in the group stages, I guarantee he will be gone. He'll be gone. So I'm not really overly concerned about that. But when that was sort of taken off the table a little bit, and I do genuinely feel like Manchester United, out of all the managers out there, were looking at him, I thought to myself, okay, it really is CARRICK'S job to lose now. Now, Kev, obviously, you know, we've both been quite vocal about Carrick and about the job he's done so far. So, I mean, before we go into what's out there, what's available, where are you on this? It's CARRICK'S job to lose situation.
Yeah, I don't think that's an unreasonable thing for people to suggest. It is. Surely it's got to be. I mean, is there not a better way for a manager to do a little rehearsal as to whether they're good enough to be manager of your team? I mean, it's just like almost this is the way it should be done. I tell you what, you can have the first 10 games of the season. If you're shite, you're out. We'll find a different manager.
We won't do what we did last time and keep you for 14 months.
I mean, it's not a bad little audition section for him. 17 games he had to do. We're done through 5. Is it 5 we're done now, or 4? 5. 5. Yeah. So, I mean, if that was like your appraisal at 5 games, you'd go, "You're doing a good job, son. Carry on. Come into my office. You're doing a good job, son. Carry on doing what you're doing." So I like Michael Carrick. I like the way he talks in his press conferences. He's very calm. I like the way he's on the sideline, etc. It's been commented on by people that have done interviews with him how calm, and he doesn't get overly, exaggerated with like people like Mikel Arteta and stuff like that. So we just have to keep going. Let's see what the next couple of games brings. The consistency's been there with him. That's what you look for, is a bit of consistency. Yeah, we didn't play brilliant against. Who did we play last there? West Ham. We didn't play, but we still got something out of the game. And that, they say, that even when you're not playing well, you can still get something out of the game. So we did. So I like him. I like what he's doing. I like what the players are saying about him and the way the team are playing. So I'll keep an open mind to it. I'd be quite reluctant to just discard him at the end of the season unless he has an absolute nightmare for the rest of the season. But I don't see that happening.
No, me neither. And do you know something? I'll call myself out here. I'm going to call myself out because when we took him on, I went, no, absolutely not. At the end of the season,
you were, yeah.
You've got to get rid of him. He's doing the job. That's fine. Because I was worried that we'd go down the same path that we did with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And do you know something? Potentially we could here. We could. But then when you look at outside of it and you go, right, okay, who are we going to go and get? Because I've got some names here that I'll read to you. Oliver Glasner, absolutely not. No chance. That is done for me. That is dead in the water. I don't want to even think about that. Then you've got Gareth Southgate. Yeah, I think that we're not having Gareth Southgate. Actually, I'll say this: Gareth Southgate, I think, would have been an appointment after Amorim that would have done the whole. I think he'd have brought the players together, which is exactly what he did with England. He wasn't my appointment when he got the England job full time. I went absolutely not, but he built that that unity. You know, yeah, you play for Liverpool, you play for Arsenal, you play for United, but when you come and play for England, we are all together. So I appreciated that, but not for United. Then we've got Nagelsmann, obviously from Germany, the German manager. Now, he went to Bayern Munich and he suffered the similar sort of fate as Amorim. I think he went there to sort of build something. He wanted to get rid of a lot of the old heads. He wanted to bring in a way that he wanted to, and it ultimately didn't work out as I think he or Bayern Munich ever wanted it to. So again, with him, I'm not overly sure that he would want to come to Manchester United, and I don't think he's the profile we should be looking for. Now, another manager that we talk about, and this one is like, this is like when you go on a blind date, right? Your mate set you up on a blind date because he's got 3 women he works with at work. You've got Patricia, you've got Lisa, and you've got Siobhan, okay? And you're thinking, oh, Siobhan, she's nice. And you get there and you think, oh, I tell you what, Kev, if you've got me Siobhan, this is going to be amazing. I get there, it's Patricia, and you say, damn, why the bloody hell would Siobhan come here, mate? She's out of your league. She's out of your league. You are nowhere near, and that is exactly what it is with Luis Enrique. He is out of our league. He is just off the back of winning a Champions League with PSG, doing it by Bedouin with a fantastic squad of players. And what he did there, he went in, got rid of a load of the people there who think they're bigger than the club, and he said, this is the way I'm doing it. Obviously, there was a couple of things there where he said, I might not sign, but we know how football works, Kev. We know this dance that some managers do. So, I mean, other names that we've been linked with, Carlo Ancelotti. I would have loved Ancelotti after Sir Alex Ferguson. He was the dream in my eyes. I wanted him, but no chance. He's about to sign a new 4-year deal with Brazil. De Zerbi, I mean, it would just be like United to go and sign a manager who has just been absolutely shown out the back door from Marseille for them being absolutely appalling. And then you've got some others in there. I mean, looking at the list here, the only one you could sort of look at is Pochettino. But again, do we want Poch? So when you look at that list of managers, you can chuck Iriola in there, you can chuck Silva in there. But when you look at that list of managers, if Carrick goes on and does what he's doing, and look, we're going to lose games this season. We are. But I think we'll win more than we lose, if that makes sense. And you give me a manager that throws caution to the wind when we're 1-0 down, playing absolutely horrendously, and he goes, I'm taking a defender off and I'm chucking more attacking players up there. Give me a manager that does that, and there's a conversation to be had. You know, I get it. He's one manager of the month for January. I don't agree with it because I think there was more games. You can't win it for 2 games in my eyes. I think that's just the FA and they couldn't give it Sean Dyche for obvious reasons. He's been sacked. So it opens up a whole, and I'll come to you, chat, with this. Chat, get your comments in about this. Is Carrick the man for you, or is there a manager that I've not spoken about yet that you would chuck into the mix? But ultimately, Kev, when I look at the managers we've discussed, other than Enrique, which absolutely I banged the door down to get him here, is there anybody out there in those names that you look at?
Not in those names, no. But you didn't mention whose name's gone completely in my head. The Villa manager. He's not getting
Emery. But Emery's on the same level as Siobhan, mate. Emery and do you know what? That's like having 2 Siobhans. That's having Siobhan and Tina and going, oh, bring Tina. No chance. They're both going to pie you. They're both going to. And look, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. We don't need pieing, okay? It's the day of love. So I think managers like that, out of the question. I think we waste our times even looking at those sort of managers. But again, I might be pessimistic, but I'd like to think on this channel and the people in the chat that we're realists. And I think looking at this in a realistic situation, Emery, you're going to have to pay money to get him out of his contract at Villa. Yeah. Same with Enrique. There are a few people on the freebie side of it there, but you've got Carrick. He's building a relationship with the players. Let's see what the transfer plans are for the summer. Let's not forget the last thing we want to do. If Manchester United don't have a new manager set up and in place by the end of March, I don't want one. I'll keep Carrick, because you cannot bring a new manager in June, go into a World Cup for a month, not be able to talk to players. It's going to be a mess.
Mm-hmm. I've been leaning towards him since the City and Arsenal games, to be fair. But I mean, I'm almost like scared to say that out loud for what people will say. But I just like him. I think he did a great job at Middlesbrough under difficult circumstances. Lost a lot of players. I've looked into that a little bit more, and I didn't realise how bad it got for him in terms of the players that he lost. I just really like. And the team, it's not just him though, is it? It's the team that's around him. If we can keep that team as well that's around him, why can't we go on and do even better next season with a couple of additions, 2 or 3 additions?
Kev, I love that comment. I love that comment, because I think, and I've said this before, and I think you've said it before, sometimes we're so enamoured with Carrick's doing a great job. It's Carrick, when actually Stevie Holland's on the sideline doing everything, if not more. He is a big part of this. So I just think if we get to March and we're not talking to Iriola, we're not talking to Emery, we're not talking to Enrique, I'd shut up shop and say, right, Carrick, 12-month deal.
Yeah, what do you want?
We lose nothing. We lose nothing in a 12-month deal. If we get to bloody Christmas next year and we're in the same boat as we were the last couple of years, we go, do you know what? It's not worked out. We don't have to pay a load of money out for this manager. Off you go. Let's go again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and let's face it, he's probably not going to pick the players, is he? That's going to be done above him probably, or as a. Committee.
I know he's got to say they've said that he'll be part of a committee, won't he? But ultimately, I agree. I think you've got the likes of Vival, Barada, and obviously Fraud Cox as well that will be looking at it as well. So, look, let me go through the comments quickly. Chappie says, too early to make a decision. Let's see how the rest of the season goes. Evening, Chappie. Hope you're well. Anthony says, good evening, everyone. Can't argue he's doing a cracking job so far, but make my mind up at the end of the season. That's a good point. Andy, good to see you, mate. Andy, I did see your comment, mate. Sorry, I should have replied to that. And with Jim's comments, we will go on to his comments in a second. Chappie says, not transfer spin again. I don't think it's transfer spin, and I'll tell you why when we get to that, mate. I don't think it is. Good evening, Wahaha. Hope you are doing exceptional. The trouble is players and managers have too much security with their contracts. Most people bad at their jobs get sacked. Have you ever been sacked from a job, Kev?
No, I've never been sacked.
I got sacked. I got sacked once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was horrendous. I got sacked at a newspaper distributor. I was 19. I was fucking woeful at that job. It was an IT job, but I was woeful. And I was working in an office full of older women. So they had their own little clique. And in comes this 19-year-old young buck. And they hated me from the second I walked in there. And I remember I got, sorry guys, going on a tangent here. I remember I got on the Thursday, I got pulled into the office because I was doing awful. I was awful. And they said, look, Dan, it's not working out. So we're gonna let you go at the end of the day. I was like, all right, okay. I thought that's a bit of a weird time. So I went, yep, no worries. Appreciate it. I'm assuming I'm not having a leaving do. Tried to inject some humour. Didn't get anything back. I went and sat at my desk, right? And I sat there and it hit me. I'd lost my job, right? And I was sat here like that, thinking, what are we going to do? And this woman gets up and goes, oh, Dan, you're upsetting me looking like that. Just go now, please. Just go now. Just leave. And off I went with me box of stuff and fucking hell. But no, you're absolutely right, Chappie. Andy said,
I've generally been promoted, Dan, is what's happened to me.
Well, I have in recent years. In recent years, it's gone well. In recent years, but yeah, me and newspapers don't go very well together. That sounds worse, doesn't it? Andy says, I remember when Liverpool were dominant, they kept all in-house recruiting within. Absolutely. Siobhan, oh God, I mean, in my mind, Siobhan is,
that's how you properly spell it as well, by the way. Siobhan.
Siobhan, yeah.
Siobhan.
Kieran for me, says Andy. Not Claire, Andy. Not Claire. Evening all. Not long tonight, suffering a bit with sciatica flare. I just wanted to pop in and say hi, though. Carl, understand completely, mate. Get yourself sorted out. Well, I say that sounds even worse. Say getting yourself sorted out. Go and have a lie down, mate. Get some heated bean bags on you.
Sorted out.
There we go. Simon, good to see you, mate. He says, good evening to you. 4 wins out of 5 and 1 draw, but we are unbeaten in the top 4 and above the Scousers and 16 points above the Spuds. So I am happy so far. And that's what you want in life, innit? And yeah, I mean, it wasn't a pay. In fact, actually, I was sacked from being a paper boy when I was 13. But that was because I couldn't get up in the mornings. I had an early morning round. Why the fuck I took that?
I did couldn't do it. As well. I had no issue.
I couldn't do it. Oh, look at me. I'm Kev. I don't get sacked from anything.
I could just get promoted, mate.
Yeah, you sacked from here, mate. Fuck off.
People can't let me go. People can't let me go. That's the thing.
Dearie me. Anyway, look, let's get away from... I mean, look, 77% of you have said that you want to keep Carrick at the end of the season. So, look, that's why we do this community. We talk about it. It was literally showed the door. Exactly that, Carl. Exactly that. And Andy says, I got sacked from my paper round for nicking sweets. There we go. A felon. We've got a felon on the show. A bloody felon and Andy of all people. Now then, let's go into, and again, I have calmed down from last night. Queen Sophie in the house, by the way. Hello. Hope you are well. Hope you are well. Sophie, have you ever been sacked from a job? We were talking about that a second ago.
Sophie's never been sacked.
No.
Sophie's never been sacked from a job.
Of course not. So, right, Sir Jim. Crooked Jim. Simple ass Jim. Yeah. Now, it's worth noting that when he wanted to take United over, we got little happy Mr. Sir Jim. I'm going to change the way it is at Manchester United. I'm a Manchester boy. I believe in. I love this club, and I've the area. We're going to do X, Y, Z, and then he had to open his mouth, didn't he? And do you know something? This guy has not. He's not endured himself very well to the United faithful. As it is.
In general, no.
Mm-hmm. In general, no. His decisions have been, I would say, moronic at times. I think he's showed himself to be so far out of touch with football and reality. That's just in Manchester United times. Now, what I will say is what he said in this interview and the way he tried to defend it is, I think, catastrophic for Manchester United. I do, because we are one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the biggest club. Some people may say Madrid, some whatever. We're not here to talk about that. But we are known as a club that's inclusive, okay? We are known as a club that is accepting of other faiths, of other beliefs, of other everything. Everything we are accepting. That's what we do. Now, when the part owner of said club comes out in an interview and says these things, I'm going to be honest with you, Kev, it won't happen, but I think he needs to walk away from the club because it's inexcusable. It is inexcusable what he has said.
It is ridiculous. I've got it on my screen over here. That's what I'm looking at, just so I don't quote or say anything wrong.
Well, look, I've got a few points here. I've got a few points, and we'll go. So he claimed the UK has been colonised by immigrants and that high immigration levels, too many people on benefits are costing the country too much money. Now, I know a lot of people have said this before I've said this, but straight away I'm going to say this guy lives in fucking Monaco. This guy doesn't pay. This guy moved to Monaco to not pay taxes. So you can shut your mouth about that. He said the economy couldn't handle 9 million people on benefits and huge levels of immigrants coming in. Well, to the first part of that, you added 100 people onto that by sacking them from their jobs at Manchester United. So that's just embarrassing. And the fact that he says the huge levels of immigrants coming in. Now, look, this isn't a political channel, so I'm not going to say too much on immigration because it would be wrong for me to say too much when I am not as educated as the people who speak about this are as me. But what I will say is there is a lot of reasons. There are so many reasons why that comment is wrong on so many levels. Kobe Mainu, Ghanaian parents, yeah? How many of the footballers that are at the club at the moment are from immigration, yeah? From immigrants that come from that immigrant backline. So for him to come out and say that, what's he saying? Yeah, I mean it about all them lot, but not about my players. My players, no, they're family to me. So when he said that, I thought, you fucking moron. Then he suggested tough, unpopular decisions are needed to fix things up, like controlling immigration better, and compared it to the difficult things he's done at Manchester United. I'll say that again. Unpopular decisions are needed to fix things like controlling immigration better, and compared it to the difficult things he's done at Manchester United.
It just gets worse.
Now,
every time
you know something? Like you know when the captain comes out and says something, you go, "Fucking hell, Bruno, why'd you say that?" When I say this, now I've been a Manchester United fan for nearly 40 years, and Max, Max, be careful, Max, because I don't want to. I'm going to delete that comment. I'm not going to put you in a timeout, but just be careful, please. What I will say about this is that man does not represent my beliefs as a football fan. That man does not represent the beliefs of the way Manchester United is built up. That man does not represent the same beliefs that Manchester United are so open to put out there across the world day in, day out. That man is so out of touch with not just the world, football, everything. He is so far out of touch with what is happening in today's world. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And you know something, on the back of it, when he says all those comments, you go, well, what's that have to do to United? But when he compares unpopular decisions to what he's doing at Manchester United... Oh, right. Fair enough, Max. Max, apologies. When he says that when he compares it to what he's doing at Manchester United, I have to sit there and say, what the fuck are you talking about? Because what that sounds like to me is an old man who is so out of touch in what is happening in the day-to-day world that he doesn't know what he's doing. And by the way, just before you come in, Kev, I'm telling you now, Manchester United's PR must have saw that and gone, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing here? And they had to come out and say something. So sorry, Kev, I'll let you go.
No, I mean, you know what? I'm a nurse. I work as a nurse, you know, and I listen to a lot of people talk on a lot of the day, and a lot of people say some things. I'm talking about patients, not necessarily fans, not necessarily the staff that I work with, but some of the patients say some things, and I go, you know what? That's just you can't say stuff like that. But you know, each generation is of their generation.
Correct.
If Sir Jim Ratcliffe if that's what he thinks, then okay, that's what you think. But why are you saying stuff like that in the public eye? Say that in amongst your little group of friends when you have your little dinner parties and you're drinking your champagne, and they can all tell you what they think, or they can agree or disagree with you. You don't come out and say stuff like that. No. Even if he believes it's actually, if that's what he feels, fine. If that's what he feels, we can disagree with him. Same as every watch along that we do. We don't always agree with everything that people within the community that we have here agree. We don't always agree with that either, but we accept it. It's not as anything like as ridiculous as this has been said here. So I don't agree with him. So Jim, you're an idiot for saying that out loud in front of people that are going to quote you on it and put it around the world for you then have to answer to it, especially our club, Man United. You absolute buffoon for doing that. You're an idiot. Please don't do anything like that again. Keep those opinions to within your own circle of friends where you can debate that with your own circle of friends. I'm not interested in that. And keep it to yourself, my friend. Keep it to yourself. Yeah. Ridiculous. I mean, absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, obviously, it's faced mass backlash. Like, and so
of course it has. Of course it should.
So it should. And, you know, I mean, even the mayor of Manchester, now, bearing in mind, he went at Keir Starmer's. I mean, look, I think Keir Starmer's a twat anyway. I don't appreciate what Keir Starmer's done for this country. But he went at Keir Starmer saying he's too nice to make the big decisions. And he obviously, I think with that now, let's not forget that Keir Starmer and the mayor of Manchester are two people he's begging to build this fucking stadium for us. Like, it's just a man who is so far out of touch with. Look, and please don't misquote me on this, and please don't clip me up for this, because I don't think it's right if people have these opinions and keep them to themselves. I don't. But with what he's done there, he really should have buttoned it. He really should have buttoned it. Like, this is a man. I would expect someone of our standard, Kev, like on a platform like this, to say something stupid like that. Not someone who is meant to be media trained, who owns billionaire companies, who has been across the world.
Why did he even say? Where's this even come from?
It come from a meeting in Belgium, I think. It was a meeting to do with I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to find out. Where's he been quoted as saying that from? Because I mean, it's obviously going to get connected with Man United because of his connections to Man United. But it's not like, I mean, why? It is outrageous what he said. It is outrageous in the context of saying it in wherever he is. But who's asking him the questions that he's given that answer? I want to know what the question was, basically, whether there was a question.
Just on top of that, so the apology he made. Now, this apology, right? It is just fucking imbecilic, and that's a word I've just made up. Imbecilic. I think it is a word, isn't it? Imbecilic.
No, I think it's a word. I think
it is. I've heard it somewhere. I think I've heard it on Mock the Week. I don't know. He issued a statement apologising and said, "I am sorry that my choice of language has offended." Wait for it. Some people in the UK and Europe. Some people. So basically, what he's saying is,
people that agree with him. There will be.
Oh, of course there will. Of course there will. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I'm very happy because in us talking about this, right, I've just looked at the comments and I'll go through them now. So Simon says if he was an MP, everyone would want him to resign. So doesn't agree. Chappie says he's going to get a lot of hate from United fans in the world. Doesn't agree. So Jim has basically shot himself in the foot. Max, again, apologies. Simon says, never mind just having a verbal apology. What about an official written apology? Well, this is the thing, Simon. People like Sir Jim don't think they need to. And everything in that apology, I'm sorry that my choice of language has offended some people in the UK and Europe. I just find it fucking...
Did you say you think he should walk away? Is that what you said earlier?
I think he should go. I think he should walk. I think he should walk because...
It's on that level. It's on that
this
level.
Could affect so much. This could affect... I mean, the players must look and go, what the fuck are we playing for here? Who are we playing for here? Who are we playing for? Apparently, he's employing migrants at Old Trafford and paying them less than the staff he sacked. Terry Christian said on Radio Wells yesterday, it wouldn't surprise me at all, Chappie. Max says, after 68 years, I think I'm done with United, having an open racist run the club. Keir Starmer is as useful as a porthole on a submarine, says Simon. And I agree completely, Sophie. He is a bell end. When I first heard this comment, I was speechless. Simon, honestly... When they said he'd done an apology, I was like, "Oh, I'll look at this because this will be. We've got it. It's on Sky. Yeah, it's the next comment. Next comment we got on there, mate. When they said he'd issued an apology, I thought, right, this is going to be him saying, "Guys, I apologize to everyone. I was in a situation and I should have thought better." But for him to say, "I'm sorry that my choice of language has offended some." That's segregating people already. Fucking moron, man. Lawrence says, full interview is on Sky News, mostly on UK and EU industrial policy. Main thing for the club is that he's parroting the reform platform, which he's associated with. He is associated with that because he said that Nigel Farage is an intelligent man with good intentions. Well, straight away, what I'm going to tell you about Nigel Farage is he can absolutely suck my left nut, because when we did this whole leave the EU and it was all, he had it on buses that the money was going to go to the NHS. My wife works for the NHS. Kev works for the NHS. For that absolute scoundrel to come on national TV the next day and say, well, I didn't say that. Yeah, you fucking did, mate. And if you can lie about that, then why the hell do we want you running the country? But again, what can I say? Who the heck made this Sir Jim, this Jim a Sir? Strip him of the title. He's a douche, absolutely. What will the Glazers think? Well, Andy, the Glazers will love it because they're in bed with Trumpy, aren't they? They're in bed with Trump, so they'll be, and Trump loves Farage. What red you drinking, Kev?
Red tail jammy red. Yellowtail jammy red.
Is that from Aldi? No, that's a Morrison's, isn't it? Is that a Moz's special?
I don't think it was on the special. No, it was very expensive. £94 it was.
No, fuck off.
£8.50, mate.
£8.
It's very Moorish. Thanks, Sophie, for noticing.
Yeah, very nice. I love a Merlot, says Sophie. I thought that was Merlot. So imagine me looking at Bellend when I was on a date with a woman that wasn't Mrs. Robinson and said, "Oh, I'll have a bit of that Merlot, please." Well, I don't follow UK politics. It's full of wankers like every other country except for full of posh twats. I agree. Lies all lies. If your name is Nigel Farage, you're a certified twat. Look, it's weird, actually. It's weird to say this, but Nigel Farage actually rhymes with fucking twat. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. It must be the silent twat in it. Very nice, says Sophie. And is that a Diablo wine? Is that the Diablo wine that Rooney advertised?
No, not the Devil's Cellar. No, it's not from the Devil's Cellar.
They say he's a legend. 94p more like, says Andy.
No, that would rip me. My face would be melting if that was it.
And nice wine, says Max. Right, let's get off Sir Jim anyway. Look, hopefully to close it, that useless sack of shit, shaking idiot. Look, in fact, actually, I'll tell you what will happen when we play at home next. If he dares show his face, he will be booed completely. He will be booed out of the stadium, and so he should. So he should. Now, anyway, look, let's get to some transfer news, because January, we didn't really get to talk about transfers because we didn't fucking do them. But Manchester United have been linked with a few players, and I wanted to go through it. Now, when I said at the start of the stream that I was quite content with what we were looking at with the transfers, I know Chappie said it's spin. I actually am quite happy with what we're looking at, because one of them we're going to talk about is a very good player, but the other two I think have got squad written all over them, and I think that's what Manchester United need to be looking at. So the first one is this man here. And it's Ndai from Everton. And look, he's had a very good season. Very, very good season. It's been reported that we are the front runners in the race for him. Everton have straight away set their stalls and said we want 70 million. Well, we already know that he'll go for less than 70 million. That's fine, because I always think, Kev, if a team doesn't say 100 million, you're in with a chance of getting them for quite a decent premium. So, look, Ndai, in fact, let me bring his stats up. Let me bring his stats up for the season, because I think it's
Who's
important.
this, a Casemiro replacement are we talking about?
No, he's a winger, this guy. He's a winger, this boy. He's an attacker. Hang on a minute. Let me bring his stats up. Let me bring his stats up. Stats up. In fact, actually, talking about stat man, where's Ben tonight? It's Valentine's weekend. I know what he's doing, the dirty little bugger. I don't know if he's doing that, actually. I just apologise about that straight away. Very presumptuous. So, look, he plays on the right wing. He can also play on the left wing. He can play attacking mid. Transfer market have got him down as 45 million value. So, yeah, I mean, if transfer market have got him than that, then surely we should get him for that. But let me get his stats up for à la saison. À la saison. Right, hang on. Let me share this. I want to share this with you. I'm going to share it with you. Here we go.
Share it.
Share it. Ooh, share it. There we go. Nope, there we are. Right then. So he's got 5 goals and 2 assists in 20 appearances. Look, I'm not expecting us to be linked with players that are getting 15, 20 goals. We're not in that situation here. But what I will say is this guy has had a very good season. If I go on to full stats here, no, we don't want employee recognition software. Go fuck yourself. Here we go. Perfect. So as a right winger, fucking that's a massive Donald Duck, you know. Can we get rid of that? Let me get rid of that. You know. Well, if anybody's interested in Disney, there you go. There's that as well. We're sponsored by Disney tonight. Let me zoom in.
Nice.
Is it Disney on Ice?
Yeah, that's what it'll be.
Fucking hell, now it's fully on ice.
Fire.
I don't know how you get rid of that. I don't know. How can you? There we go. Right, let me get rid of you. Perfect. So, if we look at him this season, and I'll go down this nice and slowly. So we got a goal against Brighton, goal against Wolves, assist against Liverpool, goal against Palace, goal against Sunderland, and he's got an assist against Forest. And then he was away with AFCON, and he's just scored a goal against Bournemouth. This guy's had a decent season, you know. This guy has had a decent season, and I think these are the sort of players, Kev, I think Manchester United should absolutely be looking at. I think we should be... There we go, that's better. So he's played 16 games on the right, 3 on the left, and 1 as an attacking mid. Kev, talk to me. Is that the sort of player that we should be looking at?
Yeah, I mean... yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. The comments are saying he's a good player and everything. So I mean, I'll go with what people are saying. I don't know. As I said to you, I think it was the other week. I've just not watched enough of the other teams. We've been so rubbish this season that I've just not watched the other teams play. And unless it's been on the telly right in front of my face, I've not watched Match of the Day, so I've not seen the other teams playing. I've not seen who's been getting recognition, and I've not paid a lot of attention to it. But I mean, if they're saying 70 million, I mean, they must rate him. But yeah, the stats look good. A profile fitting player, i.e., Premier League player, Premier League, proven as such. Is it his first season in the Premier League?
It is his first season, yeah.
What, is he a Brit, or is he from somewhere else? Don't want to get him in if Sir Jim's not going to be happy. Bloody hell.
You led me down a path then. I was going to say, what do you mean is he bloody... Well done. Well done, that man. Well done.
Okay,
actually, if I go into... So he's played he was at Sheffield United for a bit, mate. He had a good record at Sheffield United. Then he went to... let me get his actual transfer history.
Yeah, what age is he and all that jazz
and all that jazz. He's 25, mate. 25. He's a 2000 baby. He's a right winger. I think if I just go... So he was overall balanced. Let me show that.
So is that similar to what's Cunha, 2026? Cunha is...
Yeah, he's in that similar sort of age bracket, mate, and that's where we need to be looking at. He's played a lot of his games as a centre forward, left winger 43. He's a winger. Look, and actually, what I will say is, with a player like that, I think Sophie's right. By the way, I think 55 to 60 million is bang on. With a player like that, I think you need other options coming off the bench when you've got Champions League, if you've got Europa League, dare I say, a lot more games next season. We cannot rely on this group of players to play week in, week out, nor should we. Simon said fans to throw tomatoes at Sir Jim and then
Something will happen.
Wahaha come back with tomatoes and then cans. What players do get them numbers anymore? It's true. Surely right now Everton should get a player to cover now that Grealish is out for the season. What a loss that is for them, by the way. Liverpool has a dead number 9. Can't play with their number 9. He's been to AFCON for length. I'll come to that in a second, Soph, because that's something. In fact, I'll start at. I want to talk about that.
I've heard about that. I've heard that his name getting mentioned a couple of times. Liverpool after him as well, or is it somebody else?
Liverpool are after everyone at the moment. Liverpool are after everyone. But look, for me, Ndiaye, I think would be a player we should absolutely be looking at, and I think. It's interesting these links are starting to come now. I think this is where Manchester United should be looking for next season to rebuild this club. They are going to have to rebuild this club on the pitch. There are too many players that are going to go. So for me, Ndiaye, I think, is absolutely one we should be looking at. And then the next one, now, again, I had to do my research on this one, is Pierre Kalulu, and I'll bring him up now. So he plays for Juventus. He's joined Juventus from AC Milan. 25-year-old defender. Now, what I will say with this lad, and again, it's a bit hit and miss with this at the moment because there are reports that we are looking to tie down Harry Maguire to another contract because he's willing to drop his demands. He wants to stay at the club. So with defenders, I kind of look at it and I go, do we really need to be looking at them? Now, this guy, by the way, I'll do this way. This guy's had a fantastic season. This guy has had a fantastic season at Juve, and I think he would come in and add something. But I don't know, Kev. You made a comment the other week actually when I was talking about us looking at defenders, and you said, "Do we need any?" Like even with
defender,
defender. Yeah. Do we need any?
He looks a bit wee.
He looks a bit wee.
Well, not in stature. I mean, he looks a bit skinny.
Does look a bit skinny, doesn't he? Well, Rio was skinny though.
But he was he was big lad though. Rio was like Heaven's a big lad, tall, and Yoro's a big lad and tall. Well, Harry Maguire's a unit. I mean, Martinez is short, but he's a unit. But I don't know. He just look.
Kalulu's he's 6 foot. He's 6 foot.
Okay. Oh well, yeah. It's just maybe the picture then. I've never heard of him. But I mean. Do we need another? I'll say it again. Do we need another defender?
I don't
we've still got De Ligt to come back as well. We've still got De Ligt.
I don't think we need to be looking at centre backs because, like you say, you think about the squad the players we've got at the moment. We've got Martinez, De Ligt. It's going to be, I should say, Harry Maguire. I think he will sign a new deal. Then you've got Heaven. Then you've got Yoro. Coupled into the fact you've got Fredrickson as well as a backup. I think centre-backs, I don't think United need to even look at the centre-back market in the summer. I really don't. I feel like that's...
Definitely when you want those to be a settled pair. So you're really wanting to be playing those two every week, whoever the two's going to be. There's not going to be a lot of interchanging of your centre-backs. So I don't know whether you need masses of options. When you're playing more games, if we're hoping and hopefully we do get into Europe, then we're going to need some rotation. But if we're playing in big European games, you're going to want your first choice centre back pairing playing in the big European games anyway, aren't you? It's not like they're going to break through. It'll be then any second or third centre backs are going to be playing in the cup games at the weekends. That's when they're going to be playing. So I don't think that should be our focus at all. We need to replace Casemiro, and I don't know. Luke Shaw maybe needs to be looking at getting replaced as well. His time's coming to a close as well, isn't it? As sad as that will be, because I like Luke Shaw, always have liked Luke Shaw, and he's had a great season this season. But Casemiro's the big one. I mean, that's definitely shown of more recently. I know he's had a bit of ups and downs at United, but we need to seriously consider and be really clever about who we bring in to replace Casemiro.
Mate, I'm telling you, Casemiro, and I don't care. Don't care if I'm laughed at for saying this. He's my player of the season at the moment.
Yeah, some people have said we should maybe be sitting down with him again, maybe, and just seeing if he wants to stay another while.
I kind of feel like, right, with Cassie, right, with Unk, I think if he wanted to stay, there's no doubt in my mind that United will have had a conversation with him and will have said, look, we want you to stay, but we cannot have you at your age on 300 plus grand a week. For you to stay, you're going to need to drop down. You're going to need to drop down to where we are, which is probably between 180 to 220 grand a week. And I think he's gone, no, I'm not dropping that, because I know I can go to Saudi, I can go wherever. I can probably get another 350 contract in America or in Saudi, or I can go back to Brazil to be near my family. I think I would love him to stay. Absolutely. I would love him to stay. But for the money he wants, it just makes no sense. Now, you're talking about Casemiro replacement. This lad here. Now, I actually have been keeping an eye on this lad, and I'm just going to try and get his stats up for you now. I'm just going to try and... Where's his stats? So it's Stankovic from Club Bruges. Now, Serbian lad. And when I say to you, he is about 6'1". He is a defensive midfielder. He has had a breakout season. He's been so good as well. He has been so good. He can play in defensive midfield. He can play at centre-back. He can play in midfield. And this lad would cost 15 to 20 million. Now, what I am going to say about him, I'm not saying that this is the lad you bring in to replace Casemiro. So let's just get that out of the way right now. But what I will say is, if you are looking at building a squad, I think you bring a player like this in who's going to cost 15, 20 million. He's 20 years old. He is getting to that age now where he can rough it up. He's got Champions League experience. He's had a good season, 4 goals from a defensive midfield position. I love the idea of this signing. Now, the thing I will say is, can United get in there and get it done? Because the people who are linked with him, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Bayer Leverkusen. Now, 2 of those clubs, Leverkusen and Dortmund, I think are great for a player like this. I genuinely think they're great for a player like this. Queen Sophie, I think you're linked with this lad as well. As well. I think a signing like this, Kev, is the way Manchester United should be moving. Because, look, we are going to have to spend money in the summer. And dare I say, we're going to have to spend a bucket load. But we shouldn't have to spend a bucket load on every player. You give me a squad of players that we can bring in of this quality for 15, 20, 30, 25 million. Yeah. I think you build yourself a decent squad, don't you?
There's a World Cup coming as well. You know what? There's a World Cup coming. So I always like to see somebody emerging from a World Cup. I know it's just it's a tournament, and that can be a little bit false in terms of somebody can just have an outstanding tournament, but not be a player of longevity in terms of coming into a Premier League. But yeah, World Cup coming, so you never know what's going to happen in a World Cup. We can have a good look at lots and lots of players that might fit into our team at that point as well. But Casemiro is the big one we need to replace. We need to mid-20s maybe. It needs to be somebody mid-20s that's going to play. I'm all for the future of the club and bringing in young players and getting them set up to play in the team. Same as Yoro, same as Heaven, same as the boy that doesn't play anymore, the left back, what's his name, Leon. These players that have come in that have got potential, that are maybe not just quite quite doing as we. I mean, we've still got Kobe Mano at 20. I mean, he should be in that category as well. But
if you think about Kobe Mano, he should be like 25. He's been around forever. Okay, would you take this man?
Tonali, yes, absolutely,
100%. You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, look, I know Pete on the Loaded Mag. I love Pete, and he was talking about it on 12th Man, and he was like, if you don't want to stay at 2 and get rid of him, can't be arsed with him. And there is an element, and Queen Sophie will know a lot more than me because she's Newcastle. I'm Manchester United. I think Tonali, there has been an element of downing tools. I think a little bit. I don't think he's happy at the club.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Well, that's what it looks. That's what it looks like. And Sophie, let me know if I'm wrong in saying that. I don't think he likes Eddie Howe. I don't think he's enjoying playing at the moment. But what I would say to Tonali is Newcastle stood by you when you got banned for a year. They stood by you and they backed you. So I would be a bit remiss if I was to say that I think if he is,
players don't care about that stuff. Then players don't care about that stuff. That's gone out of players' mindsets now because they're surrounded by people that are greedy, so they don't care about that stuff anymore. They just crack on. Yeah, I'll do my time and I'll crack on. I don't hold anything in return for what you've done for me. Players are not like that now.
Yeah. No, I agree. Look, Tonali for me would be a phenomenal signing. My argument is, and Sophie's just literally put it there as well, I wonder if he wants to go back to Italy because
that's what I've heard.
He's got a new family. I think he's just had a child. But Tonali would be like the Rolls Royce you bring in there, because I'm going to say this now, and I mean this, I ain't a belabor anymore, Kev. I ain't a belabor.
No.
And actually, I think Brighton are probably sat there at the moment. I mean, where are Brighton in the league? Let me just bring the table up.
They are low, Dave.
They are low. But hang on a minute. There's a reason for me saying this. So Brighton are 14th in the league, and he has stank up the joint this season. And I reckon they're sat there, and they're normally so good with their transfer dealings. I reckon they're sat there going, why the fuck didn't we accept that bid from United? Why didn't we accept that bid? Now, look, it could be the ultimate major sulk. He could be sulking his arse off because he wanted to go to United. That's what it could be. But his stats he's been woeful this season. I've watched him a few times because I've been very lucky in the sense of
average.
He has. And I think for the money that Brighton still want for him, United can't go and do that deal now. We can't.
Yeah,
that is why. Well, yeah, we would be. But that is why I think you go out there and you get a good number 6, a decent number 6, but you bring in a player like this as well for the money to bring in and to learn his trade and to grow as a player. And his dad is dead. Bloody hell. His dad was incredible. Yeah, his dad. It was Dejan
Stankovic.
Last season he was overweight. He has only lost weight and improved to get a good deal when he leaves. I don't know, Chappie, about that. I don't know with Casemiro about that. Because Casemiro could have gone. Like we said, I think it was pretty much well noted at the start of the season. United tried to offload him. He didn't want to go. So I kind of feel like, I mean, maybe he was thinking about signing on. I don't know. Simon says Stankovic, in my opinion, is a great signing. Get him and forget Belabor. I am well on board with that. Sophie says she'd love that guy at Toon. Let's buy Rice. Oh God! Do you know something? Yeah. But by the way, it's happening again, isn't it, chat?
So
it's happening again.
We're rolling out Elliot Anderson, then, are we? We're not even thinking about
City. He's going to City.
Is he?
Yeah,
is he?
So. Yeah, I think so.
Fucking City.
I think so. I genuinely think so. I just think. I just don't see him going anywhere else. I really don't. But
a Roger replacement.
Well, yeah, but I again, look, Elliot Anderson. It's a funny one because I would absolutely.
He walks into our team.
He walks into our team.
He doesn't walk into City's team. I don't think. Does he? Does he walk into City's team? What does everyone think? Does he think he walks into City's team in the chat?
Well, this is the only thing for me is who's he going to be playing? Does he want to play for Pep? Because I don't think he's going to play for Pep next season.
But Pep's not going to be there.
Yeah, I don't think. But what I will say is this, mate. It's happening again. It's happening again.
What is
Arsenal bottling the league? Arsenal bottling the fucking league. I mean, and do you know something? I'm not going to say it again. I'll only say it one more time, and I'm never going to say it again. But this is where I get annoyed with Potsy, and I love Potsy. When he had the gall to say on his stream to us, shame on the rest of the league, shame on the rest of us for making it dusty, when his club should have been 15 points ahead in this dusty season. Yeah. And they're doing it again, and this just proves that Arteta is not a winning manager. And look, he could go on and win the quadruple this season. It's still possible. It is still possible. But I'm going to make a statement here. I don't think they win anything this season.
That's the more likely thing that's going to happen, isn't it?
Honestly,
it is more likely.
I just genuinely.
I think Arsenal fans thought after what happened against us that would be the catalyst for them to go, right.
Come on,
get around each other. Come on, let's do it. But it's not actually. It's continued. I mean, they've had a couple of good results, haven't they? They've had a couple of good results since then. But
not really.
They beat someone, didn't they? They beat someone.
They beat Leeds.
Yeah. 3-0 or something?
4-0, 3-0, 4-0. In fact, actually, in the midst of this conversation, I have to apologise again. And you know me, Kev, when I'm wrong. I'll say I'm wrong. I said Keith Andrews would be sacked first this season.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing a good job.
He's doing fantastic, mate. He's doing fantastic. It's exceptional. Let's have a look at the chat. What's the chat saying? Wahaha, we have kicked Arsenal in the mud. Agree, Simon. And then Simon says, I'm also a disbelabor. I like that. Don't waste money on belabor.
No, we can't.
First time half. Yeah, that's stunning. Oh, stunning. Personally, don't care about the players. And they come and go. Is what it is. If he wants to leave, tra. And Anderson to City is on, to be honest. Sophie says, I think sweetened by the deal with Ortega. Yeah, I think so. Of course it's happening again, says Wahaha. Arteta is an absolute fraud on Amorim levels, maybe worse the way he physically destroys his own players. Honestly, he's just...
An Arsenal fan came on to one of the talk shows on the radio. You know which one, Talk Shite. And made the statement which they ripped him apart for. It was O'Hara and Cundy. He's one of the best managers to grace the Premier League.
It wasn't Egal, was it?
No, it was just some random guy, just a random fan. He's never won anything.
Do you know what makes me laugh? And I can't share it for copyright reasons. Was after the game last night. You've got Ty from AFTV, and I know Ty does these things, and I know that, but he's coming on blaming the referee. Let's not forget, by the way, the referee should have sent fucking Gabriel off for a second yellow.
Apparently, I didn't see it.
Mate, I watched it. I was watching it, and I was like, that's a second yellow. Surely that's a second yellow. So I don't like that. Mate will be gone this season, by the way. Mate will be gone the end of the season, I think.
It's a shame.
Seen it coming about Arsenal, and the pressure hasn't even started yet. You wouldn't want Belabor in this form. It would be a gamble, says Chappie. I agree. We aren't even in the round of 16 of the title race. It's just beginning. As it was sang, Queen Sophie. We've only just begun. I felt that. Simon says it's becoming a London tradition for Arsenal to bottle it. It's been 22 years since they won the title. Do you know what? They used to have a saying, didn't they? Was it a St. Tottenham Day? What was it? Did Arsenal have a St. Tottenham Day? Hang on, let me go.
Sorry, I was just watching the Chelsea match. I think they've scored again.
Tottenham's Day. Hang on a minute. St. Tottenham Day. 22nd of February. Oh, right. Okay. So hang on. Let me just bring this up. Excuse me. The infamous St. Tottenham Day. It's the day it becomes mathematically impossible for Tottenham to finish above Arsenal. I think they need to make a St. Arsenal Day. They need to make a St. Arsenal Day for maybe the 1st of February, for the day where Arsenal bottle the fucking league. Honestly. If Arsenal win the Carabao Cup, I think they go on to win the league, says Sophie. I think City are in that groove again now. I think City are in that groove that we've seen them do time and
City start to feel it.
Mate, it's what United used to do, wasn't it? We always used to do it. At the start of the season, we'd always struggle a little bit, and then bang, after Christmas, we'd just get into it. And Brentford should have won. They absolutely should have won. Last chance saloon for Arteta, says Simon. There's nothing wrong with that, Queen Sophie. Yeah, Brentford should have absolutely smashed them. Arsenal have got more bottles than a drunk's cupboard. I love that. I fucking love that. If they win the league, we'll become the frauds who haven't won it in ever. forever. We can't. Yeah, they're not winning the league. They're not winning the league. I mean, look, I may sound like any Aluko there with my stupid take on something. You do the math.
Don't get started on her. She's had a terrible week as well.
Yeah, I'm not even. Do you know? It's all I will say is it takes a special type of person to make me agree with Simon Jordan.
Yeah, she's had a bad week.
It takes a special type of person for me to sit there on my phone on TikTok going, "Go on, Si. Go on, Si. Go on, get her. Go on." Fucking idiot. Now, the other bits of news. Look, there's two bits of news I wanted to quickly finish on. The first one is, and I think this is, I think this has only been linked because Carrick's looking like he'll get the job full time. Scott McTominay returned to United. Would you have it, Kev? You're exactly where I am.
No,
you're exactly where I am.
I don't think so. You got to keep going. You got to go forward. You've got to keep moving forward. You never go back. If we're sticking with you, never go back, then you never go back. No.
Well, has gone straight in with yes.
No.
Do you know something?
We had him at United. He wasn't a bad place. Let's just get.
It was mismanaged.
Yeah. Right. So there's a couple of things. We've had him at United. He was a good player. He didn't get into the starting lineup for a reason. And at the end of the day, he's playing in the Italian league. That's all I'll say. The same as Rasmus is, and the same as Anthony's now. But I saw a little clip of him on there. Oh, Anthony's. Can we talk about how great Anthony? Yeah, they're playing in a different league. They're playing in a different league now, literally as well as metaphorically. It's a different league.
Yeah, here's why I say no.
I like Scott McTominay.
Oh, mate, he's one of us. He's a United. He's a United fan. Oh, Z, good to see you, mate. It wasn't. Oh my days, blood! It wasn't him, was it? Because that is absolutely abysmal. Spurs' squad is nowhere near ours. And fucking Igor Tudor, who is. Hang on a minute. In fact, it was put in the 12th man chat. Let me just.
The new manager.
Let me just fucking read this to you. Where is it? Right, this is the new Spurs manager. Ready? 2015, sacked by PAOK in Greece due to unsuccessful results and raging comments about the quality of the team. 2017, sacked by Galatasaray after only 10 months. 2018, sacked by Udinese after only 6 weeks. 2018, rehired by Udinese, only to then be sacked 7 months later. 2020, sacked as Juventus assistant manager after 1 season. 2022, sacked by Hellas Verona after 1 season. 2023, resigns from Marseille after 1 season and publicly slams the club. 2024, sacked after only 3 months at Lazio. 2025, sacked by Juventus after 7 months. If that isn't a Spursy appointment, I don't know what the fuck is.
Sky Sports News is just full of shit. They're just pegging him as being a great firefighter and all this kind of stuff. It's just like, I mean, why are we not getting them stats? They didn't play any of those stats. They was just saying, oh, he'll be good for Spurs. He's a good firefighter. And it's like, yeah, well, I didn't know any of that. That's just ridiculous.
Simon, that's naughty, man. That's naughty. Yeah, big up, Z. Big up, mate. I had to apologise to Z the other night because I thought he was going at me in the chat, and I was like, "Nah, Z. The thing is, I'm a realist," and he was actually going at the man who I will not name I won't name him. Z says it's crazy after the Europa League final, both clubs have gone in opposite directions. Absolutely. I want to go back to Scott McTominay. This is the reason why I say no to Scott McTominay. Right? He's 29. He's 30 this year. He's going to cost more money than we spent than we sold him for. It just makes no sense. And do you know something? I love him. I do. And I think the club should be full of players that get what it is to be a Man United player. But I just think that signing, I don't think it makes sense. And yes, I agree. Rasmus is still wank. Absolutely wank. Absolutely wank. Z says we've recruited proven Prem players which have improved us, but their recruitment has been crap. You only have to watch, I don't know if you've seen it, Kev, the overlap with Big Ange. No. And he basically, he comes out and calls out Spurs. He says, the wages we pay are ridiculous. We wanted Mark Gahey and Pedro Neto. I can't remember who else it was. And we didn't get them. We got Solanke and 3 teenagers. Spurs have got a fantastic stadium. They have. But Spurs are not. They're not a Serious club. And yes, they beat us in the Europa League final. Well done. But again, look at where we are now. Look at where they are now. For them to get in the Champions League next season, they got to win the fucking thing. And they ain't winning the fucking thing. Semenyo, that was it. Semenyo, thank you, Z. Thank you. Never get ex-players back. McTominay is doing fine where he is. Simon, I agree. And the other one I want to finish on is Marcus Rashford. Harashi. The news coming in, and you couldn't fucking write it, could you? Barcelona are trying to say, can we have him for cheaper? Now, I don't see a future for Marcus Rashford at United, and I'm not getting on that train that because Carrick's back, Rashford should come back and he'll slot in and he'll be brilliant, blah, 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 blah. If we got the Rashford back that's playing this season, yeah, but we know how it goes. But you're telling me, right, that Barcelona want a cheaper deal for a lad who this season has got the following. Let me get the detailed performance data up. We love the detailed performance data. We don't want Copa del Rey, though. We want the whole package. Let me get the whole package up. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why he's talking to a tree. All competitions show. Here we go. Right. So they want to pay cheaper on a player who's got 4 goals in 21 appearances, but 8 assists. That's in La Liga. 5 goals in the Champions League and 4 assists, and a goal and an assist in that. So he's got 10 goals and 13 assists this season for Barcelona, but they don't want to pay the money. They want to go, do you know something? Would you mind if we paid you 20 million? No, absolutely not. In fact, I tell you what, Barca, we'll take him back and we'll send him to PSG. Fuck off. I ain't having that. I'm sick to death of Barcelona doing this, man. Honestly, it's like that mate that you have that you always, every weekend you go out with him, right? And every weekend he goes, I ain't got any cash, Dan. Do you mind just lending us 30 quid? And you go, fucking hell, here, 30 quid, sound. Pay it me back. He gets to the next week and he goes, I know you owe you 30 quid, but I haven't been paid yet. Can I lend another 30 quid? No, because you're not going to fucking pay me. And it's the same with Barcelona. They are that mate, that cheap-ass mate, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off. Z says, I know I might get stick for this, but I take Rashford back. Z, you're not going to get stick for it. Z, honestly, you're not going to get stick for it because on the basis of how he's performed for Barcelona this season, in the right mindset, you would absolutely take Marcus Rashford back. My worry for Rashi is this, right? He comes back and he starts the season well. And let's say he gets 5 goals in 10 appearances and 3 assists. And you go, perfect. But what happens when he goes 6-7 games without scoring? The fans turn on him. They will turn on him. It's just, unfortunately, I don't agree with it all the time. But I think, look, his time's bit. We've had that time with Rashi. Let him go. But also, if we keep him, remember, we're going to have to pay this guy 350 grand a week. That's not the club we are anymore. We're trying to change that. So I think Rashi at the end of the season, Barca, if you're listening, and you're probably not because we're not that big a channel at the moment, but if you're listening, either pay up or we'll send him somewhere else, mate. Honestly. Sick of it, mate. I'm sick of it. Kev, are you where do you lie on this?
No. We're not going back. It's Scott McTominay, no Rashford, no. Thank you. Ta-ta.
We're getting the band back together.
No, we're done. These players are in the past. These are the past.
We'll pick up Fred. See what Fred's up to. We'll get Fred back.
No, these are the past.
No to Rashi.
Forward, we're moving.
Simon says, let him stay abroad. Rashi is history. Time to forget about him and move on. Rashi is not our future. Right? And actually, if you look at it, obviously Dorgu's only had a few games in that role in the winger side of it, and I think he's looked fantastic. And hopefully he won't be too far back. I think he should be back end of March maybe. We've got players in those positions now. I think for us now, let's get rid of. We still need to get them. In fact, we'll finish on this. Right, look at the players that are leaving the club that are still at the club technically. So Casemiro, that's on a free. Ugarte, he will go because he's done at United. He can't get a game. Then you've got Rashi, Højlund. Who else have you got? Luke Shaw's potentially on that list. Onana. People forget about fucking Onana. Onana's still at the club. That's Xerxes. 6 players straight away. Who else is there? Xerxes. No, I didn't. Xerxes. That's 7 players. Like one of them we can't make money on because it's going to be on a free. But that's 6 players that fuck, if we do our job right, we can make some money on
And
him.
are we going to keep the boy that's gone out on loan as well?
Who's that?
The midfielder that's out.
Collier.
Collier, he's not going to stay, is he?
Sancho as well, Simon. Sancho as well. I forget about that fraud. I forget about that fucking fraud. There's a lot to do in the summer. And sexy reincarnation coming says, wahaha. There's a lot to do in the summer. And do you know what? I think if we look at the transfer stories that are coming out now, I think United are already looking at it. I think we're looking at the fact that Champions League is there for us to get with 12 games left to do it. I think United are already starting to put the feelers out, and I think it's a good thing. Carrick to stay at the moment with the job he's doing, yeah, why not? I don't think there's anything out there exceptional to take his position for me, unless you go and get an Areola. If you get a Luis Enrique, other than that, I don't want anybody else. Marco Silva, yeah, okay, but I think you get Carrick. Anything else you want to add, Kev, before we let these beautiful people enjoy their Friday?
It's so long before we play again.
It is. Chat, I'm going to be honest with you, like it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. I will not be doing the stream tomorrow because we're going to be... Yes, you will. Yes, Kev. So make sure you go and watch Kev's stream live at 8 o'clock on his channel. Somebody chuck his channel in the chat for me, please, guys. Yes. Are you going to go? Are you going to sing love songs tomorrow? Are you going to go?
Well, of course. I sing love songs all the time. Anyway,
I think you should go for. I think you should go for some emo music.
I don't know.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry.
Come across and join me.
Who the fuck's Jev? Who's Jev?
Jeff, yeah, sub to Jev. That's my other name. Went through 12K. Thanks to a lot of you as well for coming across. A lot of you come across to watch as well. So yeah, 12K.
Ooh, fantastic. We will. I should imagine I'll be nipping in on that one tomorrow night as well.
Nip in
as always. But guys, look, we will. I should imagine see you Sunday. We'll see if we've had any more news. I kind of feel like at the moment it's tough for us to do content because there's fucking nothing for us to do. But we will still we'll do something. We always do. But go and enjoy your Friday night, people. Love Island is on, so I will be seeing if that bitch Lucinda gets kicked out of the bloody out of the villa.
Lucinda,
I hate her. Oh, I hate her. Oh, I hate her. I can't stand her. Honestly, she's in here with me. She's living in my head, rent fucking free. But guys, we will see you all. And by the way, Kev, of course, happy Valentine's Day for tomorrow, my friend.
To everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day for all of you. Ben's definitely away enjoying Valentine's Day.
Leave him alone.
I'm telling you, in 6 months, no, I reckon 2 months' time, he'll be saying, the missus is pregnant. We've got another one on the way. Loves a Valentine's Day, that lad. But go and enjoy yourselves, chat. Have a great, great weekend. Smash the shit out of whatever you're doing. I don't mean it in that context. That fucking... We're going to go now. Dan United, Kev United. I'm going red. Fucking out.